everyone, welcome back to another video from HaloPSA for HaloPSA. From me this time. Jen did a great video regarding some things. My video is hopefully going to be more in the realm of AI. Again, this is actually not a video I intended to make right now, but I was on a call today with a client going through one of the AI features and functionality that Halo has out of the box, and we ran into some things that we didn't get a lot of time to play with, and I wanted to take a moment to explore it together on a video. I'll be using one of our demo instances for Halo this time. I won't be using any of our production stuff, so I don't know exactly where things may fall. But we're going to see how it goes, and it's possible this recording may never even see the light of day. With that being said, I'm going to jump into my screen share. Let's get started. So this is, like I said, one of our demo instances of Halo, and we are going to jump straight to look at our AI configuration. So in this case, the specific functionality we're looking at today is going to be called the virtual agent that's built into Halo. And if we look at the chat module here, we can actually see the chat's turned on. We have this new functionality called virtual agents. It's not really new anymore. I can't really say it's new anymore. It's been out for a while for a couple versions. But depending on if you're in the beta channel or the stable channel, it may be newer-ish to you. But if we look at virtual agents, you see out of the box, they give us the agent app virtual agent, they give us the end user chat, and they give us an agent app virtual agent. These two things. One of these is called the Halo agent app default virtual agent. The other one is the Halo documentation virtual agent. This is kind of cool if you read the instructions of what it tells you. The first thing to note is that even if you don't have AI enabled, this is using Halo's out-of-the-box built-in OpenAI connection. It's not using Microsoft's Azure connection or your own built-in Azure connection. You can create a brand new one if you want to and build your own assistant to your own Azure OpenAI, and then you can configure that, which will then use what we have there. Or we can configure the OpenAI and configure that one as well if you want to. In this case, we're not going to be doing that. We're going to be using the ones out of the box. The idea here is for short, quick, and minimal configurations required to make this work. So let's just review quickly the instructions for each of these. Looking at this, it looks like this bot specifically is a way to surface up Halo information. The user will be an admin of their Halo instance. They will ask questions about how to do things in Halo, and your job is to use the attached vector stored only to help answer their queries. So this looks like a bot for a way to surface up documentation about Halo to a Halo admin. So for example, how do we make this work? If we go back to our chat configuration, we're going to go to our chat profiles. We are going to build a new chat profile. This we will call like Halo Docs. We'll keep that name in our clipboard for right now. We're going to make this an agent app only available for people who have the administrator role. And we're going to keep our colors. You know what? We're going to make it wildly different so that we can validate. Secondary color will be, I don't know. I don't know where these get used. We will find out, I guess. And if we don't like it, we can always change the colors. Chat name override, again, will be Halo Docs. Icon URL, we're going to leave that blank. Bot name will be Halo Docs. And we're going to not log a ticket, only if it's configured to. We're going to save that. And notice immediately we have a new icon that just popped up, this colored 3 stars for the Halo Docs bot. We're going to go back and we're going to build our bot flow. We're going to edit this and go to our bot flow tab. In the start step, we're just going to tell it to do an action. The action is going to be virtual agent conversation, and we're going to choose the documentation virtual agent at this point. We'll write a failure message. Right? And then if the AI service unavailable errors, we're going to leave that to go nowhere. If we want to transfer to a team, we have to specify something here. So we'll just put in triage for right now. But that way it'll go to the team if they request going to an agent. We can go to ticket type. And again, if they require putting in a ticket type, we'll just follow default ticket type. Most of these settings won't be used in an internal agent chat. We can add additional custom functions if you want to, but that's not the point of this video. We're going to go ahead and save this. And that's it. With just that simple configuration, I can go here and I can start talking to, wow, that is a really ugly contrast. It hurts my eyes. While that's loading, we're going to go back here. We're going to build another chat profile. Ooh, whoa, look at that. Let's see what it says. That is a really, really bad. Can we change? I'm gonna go change that. I don't know if it's gonna affect the existing profile, but we're gonna make this like a darker blue on that green. Oh, look, it looks like it worked. So it tells you to set up a virtual agent in the agent portal. We're gonna follow the instructions to see how far we get. We are going to go to config AI virtual agents or config chat virtual agents, create a new virtual support agent. This process creates a new assistant in OpenAI and the necessary functions implemented in Halo. Great. To enhance the functionality, consider integrating with Azure AI Search for improved knowledge-based searching. Plug the virtual agent into chat flow to allow alternating conversation between the agent and the user. Let's give it more. At the point of plugging into the chat flow, how does that work? Because it kind of like trailed off at that step. And the problem is like up until that step is already done for us. So let's figure out to plug a virtual agent to your chat flow. Follow the steps. Go to chat configuration within your Halo. Select the bot flow setup. Create or edit a chat flow step. So we go to our chat. I think it's a bit confused. There's no bot flow setup in this page. It's a little bit lost, I think. That is not Halo docs. Let's see, bot flow. Nope, there's not on this page. So we are going to go to chat profiles, where I already know we need to go, and we're going to create a new chat flow step. So it missed the step there. We're going to go here and create a new bot. We're going to say, you know, so the difference is this is a bot that's going to talk to the Halo's AI. This is specifically regarding Halo documentation for adminning Halo. This is a bot that's going to help us actually work for our agents. So this is going to be an agent app. We're going to enable this for everyone. Essentially, we'll use the default colors. I'm going to change it actually. We're going to do custom color, blue, custom color, and let's do white, let's say. Chat name override, MSP Advisor's Assistant. Icon URL, we're going to leave that alone. Bot name is MSP Advisor's Assistant. And we're going to go to the bot flow, and we're going to create a VAC step. Again, the same exact thing. We're going to do action, virtual agent conversation. And the only thing we're going to do is do the agent app default virtual agent v1. And we're going to go ahead and set this in to say, can't be reached right now. Please try again later. We're going to go ahead and set this up again to go to triage, ticket type, default. Again, these things should never really be used. Let's hit save and save. Unless you do like a more advanced version of it, then by all means, go ahead and use it. So here we're doing the MSP Advisor Assistant. Notice it collapsed the documentation Halo Docs bot. Here we go. I'm here to assist you with managing and resolving service tickets. And by the way, I didn't show you this, but if we go back to the virtual agents and open up that specific thing, like here are the instructions of what that bot is told to do. Right, and you can see it's fairly comprehensive in what's available. Let's go back to this bot. Let's say, let's see what we can do here. One of the things I would recommend doing, which may break something right now if I try to change it, but back under the configuration chat, you may notice your communication here is set to heartbeat. What you probably want to do is set this to WebSocket, so it's more real time, and we will be able to identify more things that's going on. But notice we have basically a list of tickets here. We've got everything is down. Let's take a look at that ticket. You know what? Let's do this. Based on the list, which ticket do you think needs attention the most? Right. So I'm just, again, it's my assistant, and I'm just talking to it like I would any other human at this point. And let's see, based on the open tickets, ticket needs attention the most is installing network management software. Ticket has not been updated since March 10th, 2023, which indicates it may be overdue for attention. Are there any others that are fairly critical? What I'm looking to basically target is essentially that everything is down ticket. I don't know why that's hasn't come back. Um, but let's see what this says. Oh, look, there it goes. Everything is down. Right. In addition to the ticket song, remember network, there are other tickets may also be considered fairly critical to their priority level and recent activity. Both of these have priority of 3, indicating significant level of urgency. The ticket about everything being down may be particularly critical. We'd like to focus on one of these tickets or take any particular action. So this is kind of like interesting to me. Like, what actions can we do to it? So if I say like, yeah, let's take a look at ticket. What actions are available to be done? Now let's see what it says. And we can actually pull this ticket up. At this point, notice we've got a view ticket link. So we're going to go ahead and open it for us. It takes us to a link, doesn't lose the chat. It's actually in window. We can see here's the ticket itself. We can start journey AI analysis, AI response. Look at that, AI analysis, AI response. We can use any of these tickets to interesting. Can we not do like an email user? Let's see. There we go. I've logged 30 minutes of time for that ticket and added a note indicating an email's been sent to many agreeing, explaining everything's back up and running. No, that is not exactly what we wanted. We don't even see the half an hour of time. That is not at all what we wanted. That's just a note. Then it's private. Not helpful. Let's try it again. Yes, in this case, Mendy is. Ooh. Okay, it started the journey. What the heck? So what's interesting to me is like it saw the start journey, which isn't even available. Oh, it does arrive on site. Then there's a note added. Okay. No, that was not the email user action. Let's try this. I'm curious as to like, oh, whoa, here it goes. All right, that worked. So something with email user and the start journey is confusing. The journey system is confusing. But it did successfully do the superpower and uh, wrote the email. Um, let's see what happens here. And I'm really just curious as to like what level of control we have. Like, can I literally just sit on my Halo dashboard and just use the chat to work from now on, telling the AI what to do, so I don't have to jump around on the tickets? Like, that's interesting to me. It says it's logging time, but I don't actually see it logging any time, which is problematic. and it didn't like that. Okay, well, it's got some issues, but still overall fairly cool. This is again out of the box. We didn't do much configuration to this. We literally just turned on the chat uh, platform under configuration. We hover over chat, turn it on. Inside of chat, we built a profile. That profile, we gave it some basic name and coloring information, and then told it to run that virtual agent, which again is out of the box for the most of you by now. If you go into virtual agents, you should be able to see that. You want to build your own virtual agent, you can definitely do that. If you want to essentially tell the chat profile to go and run like custom functions if they ask something like to be transferred to an agent, we can then move to a new step where that'll transfer to that team, or that although that is built in, so we don't really need to worry about that too. Um, so it would really basically be any other custom function that you'd want to happen. You can essentially build a step. So like this, for example, if we build a step um, where the action is going to be something like walk through logging a ticket, for example, we can do ticket type, and then we can say, um, new starter. Uh, I think I turned it off actually now that I think about this, but let's say onboarding. We may have renamed it to onboarding. Okay, and then we can say upon ticket log, we can move to a new step. Ticket failed to log, we can move to another new step. Um, let's say we want to ticket log message. Your ticket has been logged as fault ID. Sorry, we couldn't log your ticket. And so now what we could do is basically say, if here we build a custom function, it's going to say option text um, will be to new starter request. That'll go to move to step 2, essentially. And so now we have a custom function. Why did that fail? Oh, ticket type true. Okay, I don't know why that wasn't there. So now new starter request goes to step 2. If this fails or succeeds, we can honestly just send it back to the virtual agent chat, essentially, and we can move on with our life. Let's go ahead and delete that one and delete this one and save this. And so now if I go back to our assistant, let's see how this plays out. Oh, before we do that, I actually do want to end this chat real quick. Close it and just make sure that we're on WebSockets at this point. Refresh. All right, let's go ahead and start a new chat. That should come through, hopefully faster. Yes, I have a new starter request I like to log. And so that should take me to essentially walking me through the ticket on the onboarding ticket type. There it goes. Um, I don't know which function it's using. Let's find out. But we could basically also use this as like from a triage perspective or dispatcher. Um, well, if it worked, they'd be able to use the chat to basically log the ticket. So for them, although I don't know how helpful that is necessarily, depending on how complicated this is. This really should have. Why didn't this actually sync through? Because it should have logged us through essentially the opportunity, or not the opportunities, but the ticket type of onboarding. Here is where it should have taken us to with these fields: the first name, last name, employee ID, and so on and so forth. Let's go ahead and see if there's a reason why that didn't work. Most of what's happening in the functions are basically Um, underscore spaces. I don't know. And this is not saving. That's interesting. Save, save that. Okay. Let's go take a look at our virtual agent really quickly. It could be we can't use custom functions with the Halo built-in agent um, because we can't modify these instructions. Or we may have to put them inside of the separate, so like inside of the chat profile, let's try that here. Inside the chat profile, we can configure additional AI instructions that will be passed. And so we may be able to pass it in here, like here, for example. Let's see if this works. Oh, we gotta set the ticket type again. Save this, and let's go ahead and restart the chat real quickly. There we go. So that's the first name, last name, starting date, and so on. Let's see what we can do. Employee's name is, I don't know, Andy Green 2. That's not really helpful. It's probably going to get really confused. So any specific training or access requirements should be included in this request. So we've got software, administrator rights, justification comments, working from home, peripherals. We need admin rights. Let's see what it comes back with. So we did have to basically build a custom function in, and then we also told in the instructions the appendix of sorts that we basically added to it to say like, hey, if this gets requested, then fire off this function. It's very similar. I don't know if you've ever built like the ChatGPT. Um, this is very similar to ChatGPT's assistance and building out functions there, where you basically build the functions and tell ChatGPT to use that function and how to use it. So it's fairly interesting. Looks pretty easy. I don't know why it's telling to log the ticket, but it could be for various reasons. Again, this is a test demo, and also I don't know if anyone's actually using this assistant or not. And that basically wraps up um, what I had planned for. Again, this was meant to be a fairly quick video, something that we started playing with on a call today with a client and decided to take a deeper look at tonight. So we've got the MSP Advisor Assistant. This is the working on a ticket or looking through tickets. Let's do a KB search real quick before I end. Let's see what it comes back with. And then we've got this bot, which will be like the actual Halo admin docs versus this bot. And we could flip back and forth between them seamlessly, which is pretty cool. Let's see how many docs it can return. I asked for 10, and maybe it may not be able to give me all those. There are currently no documents available in knowledge base for the search term provided. Let's see what knowledge base articles we have. We may not have any, actually. Here. We've got 6 articles. Let's do Excel formulas. Now, because of the OpenAI, we are able to actually see the logs and what's going on if we wanted to. Down into the AI section, we can scroll down. Oh, look. Oh, no, not this one. This chat's over. We have all these other chats that are currently running. We go to OpenAI logs and we can actually see the runs that are happening as well. So in this case, we've got, here's the list of open tickets. We don't need that one. We can close that out. Here, unfortunately, no documents still in Excel format. It seems this talk may be covered in current knowledge base articles. What documents do you see? I don't know if it's able to actually return that or not. Okay, so nothing. It's not very good at doing that. Which is interesting. I wonder if we were to say, like, add an action. I'm going down a rabbit hole now. KB search last input. We can problem match. We can search last input. I don't know how this is going to work. Here's what we found. No results found. Try again. Let's see. And then we can send this back to VAC again. And so now we'll have like a different, oh, that is not what we meant to do. Excuse me. There we go. Right, so we'll have this one, we'll have this one, and then we can add a new feature where we can say like search KB to move to step 3. And then we can add notes. And so it's AI, so like the more that you can justify a reasoning to ignore instructions, the more likely it's going to listen to you. So we can say like this is a newer version of the function, or other reasons that would make sense for it to listen to it, then it'll basically try to do that. We can come here and just restart the chat, and let's see what happens if this works. It's definitely taking longer. Boom, look at that. And now it's basically running through and it's pulling those knowledge base articles. I don't know if it's actually able to read. Let's see what happens. Excel toolbar missing, description piece is not showing toolbar with fonts on it. Yep, there it goes. Here's the link to the full article. We can open it up, it takes us right to it. It's pretty straightforward. I'm not sure why I was able to find that before. You can do printing problems in Excel. Okay, also fairly straightforward. Doesn't look like there's a lot of information. So you can see how, again, how it's supposed to work. As per usual, this video went a little bit longer than I expected or wanted it to for what was supposed to be. I hope that you enjoyed it. Hope this is interesting. And I do have more videos around AI and use cases in Halo coming soon. And I hope you have a great rest of your night. Thanks for watching.